Greece, a country in Europe with beautiful landscapes that weave tales of ancient civilizations and mythological wonders. From its sun-drenched islands to its mountainous mainland, Greece is a nation steeped in history, culture, and the enduring legacy of classical antiquity. Join us on a captivating journey as we explore the fascinating history of Greece, unraveling the threads of its past that have shaped the present and continue to inspire the world. Welcome to a historical odyssey through the heart of Greece. It all started approximately 2.5 million years ago to around 10,000 BCE, during the Paleolithic period, when Greece was inhabited by early human populations characterized by a hunter-gatherer lifestyle. These hunter-gatherers lived in small groups, and they moved around a lot, mostly seeking shelter in caves. The nomadic lifestyle of these inhabitants meant that they were in constant search of food, resources, and shelter. Archaeological finds have shown that they used tools like hand axes, scrapers, and knives. As time went on, the hunter-gatherers started to develop, making place for a new era called the Neolithicum. This period in Greece witnessed the crucial shift from hunting and gathering to settled agriculture. As the agriculture became more prevalent, people transitioned from a nomadic lifestyle to settled communities. These early settlements laid the foundation for the more complex societies that would develop during the Bronze Age. Stone tools such as sickle blades for harvesting and grinding stones for processing grain became widespread. The use of pottery for storage and cooking also became more sophisticated. It was when the Neolithicum ended that a new period emerged, called the Bronze Age. During the Bronze Age, significant advancements in technology, trade, and cultural development shaped the landscape of the region. This era saw the rise of two powerful civilizations known as the Minoan civilization and the Mycenaean civilization. The Minoan civilization on the island of Crete was a dominant force during the early and middle Bronze Age. It is known for its advanced art, a sophisticated writing system, and maritime trade. It also had some sophisticated palaces, like the palace at Knossos, which attributed to the legendary King Minos. Unlike the Minoan civilization, the Mycenaean civilization was centered on the mainland. It also had some impressive citadels, such as Mycenae and Tiryns. The Mycenaeans were skilled warriors, and they had a warrior aristocracy. The legendary city of Troy is actually believed to be part of the Mycenaean world. But what many people didn't know is that a few 100 years later, it would all collapse. The Dark Ages emerged in Greece, roughly spanning from 1100 to 800 BCE. The late Bronze Age collapse had a big impact on the Mycenaean city-states. Many palaces were destroyed, and the Linear B script disappeared. The Greek Dark Ages set the stage for the subsequent period of recovery and cultural flourishing, known as the Archaic period. The Archaic period, spanning from 800 to 500 BCE, marked a transformative era following the Dark Ages. This period saw the development of the polis, or city-state. These city-states, such as Athens, Sparta, and Corinth, became the foundation of Greek society. The Greeks established colonies in the Mediterranean and Black Sea regions. They also had some cultural achievements, such as the introduction of the Greek alphabet, which played a crucial role in preserving cultural and literary achievements. Because of this, a lot of the battles that the Greeks fought were also documented. And one thing is sure, they fought a lot of wars in this era. In the first war, Sparta decided to start a war with Messenia, looking to expand their land, which would eventually last a long 20 years. The Spartans, under the leadership of King Theopompus, showed a lot of strength and courage, and the Messenians also fought hard. But in the end, they were not strong enough to stop Sparta. This meant that Messenia was now under control of Sparta. But 70 years later, the Messenians grew tired being enslaved by the Spartans. The Messenians, led by Aristomenes, started a rebellion, and with that also started the Second Messenian War. The war had a series of clashes, and in the final battle, Messenia put up a strong defense, making it challenging for both sides. But despite their resilience, they would finally have to surrender to the mighty Sparta. These battles showed how strong Sparta really was. 120 years later, the Greco-Persian Wars followed, spanning from 499 to 449 BCE. This war started the Ionian Revolt. It was a rebellion of the Greek city-states in Asia Minor against the Persian rule. The Ionian Greek cities, aided by Athens and Eretria, wanted to break free from Persian control, which eventually led to the Greco-Persian Wars. In 490 BCE, the Persians wanted to invade Greece, which led to the famous Battle of Marathon. In this battle, the Greeks, led by a brave man named Miltiades, had to face the much larger Persian army. The Greeks were determined to protect their land. They fought hard, and a Greek messenger named Phidippides ran a really long way to ask help from other Greek cities. He ran to Athens and back, which is why today long races are called marathons. So even though the Greeks were outnumbered, they fought with great bravery and won the battle. It was a proud moment for the Greeks, but only 10 years later, Xerxes I of Persia invaded Greece again, facing significant Greek resistance. These Greco-Persian wars included the Battle of Salamis, the Battle of Plataea, and the legendary Battle of Thermopylae. In this battle, the Greeks, led by brave King Leonidas, stood against the powerful Persian Empire. The Greeks were with only 7,000 men facing a massive Persian army. For days, the Greeks, especially the 300 Spartans, fought with great courage, holding back the Persians. But a local guy betrayed them, showing the Persians a secret path. King Leonidas and a handful of Greeks chose to stay and fight to the end. In a final act of bravery, they battled until the last moment. This gave the Greeks just enough time to prepare for battle. The Greeks, under the command of the Spartan general Pausanias, decisively defeated the Persian forces led by Mardonius. This marked the end of the Archaic period, and with that, the beginning of the Classical period, spanning from 500 to 323 BCE. This period between the Persian Wars and the Peloponnesian War is often referred to as the Golden Age of Athens. It saw the construction of the Pantheon on the Acropolis and advancements in philosophy with figures like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. But unfortunately, power struggles between Athens and Sparta resulted in the Peloponnesian War. The war only resulted in weakening both city-states and eventually the fall of Athens in 404 BCE. This marked the end of Athens and its golden era. There were still some good things happening outside the wars. The classical period witnessed the emergence of influential philosophical schools. Socrates, through dialogues recorded by Plato, laid the groundwork for Western philosophy. Aristotle's teachings encompassed ethics, politics, and natural sciences. The Olympic Games, held in Olympia every 4 years, were a prominent feature of Greek culture during this period. The Games were a symbol of Greek unity. The classical period ended with the rise of Alexander the Great. He went on a series of conquests that reshaped the known world. His military campaigns extended Greek influence into Asia, the Middle East, and Egypt, forming the Hellenistic world. The Hellenistic period, which followed the death of Alexander the Great in 323 BCE and lasted until the Roman conquest of Egypt in 31 BCE, was a transformative era that saw the expansion of Greek influence across a vast territory. Alexandria, which was founded by Alexander the Great in Egypt, became a major center of Hellenistic culture. The concept of the independent Greek city-state, or polis, waned during the Hellenistic period. Instead, large territorial kingdoms with centralized rule became the norm. Toward the end of the Hellenistic period, Rome began its ascent as a dominant power in the Mediterranean. The Roman conquest of Greece and the Eastern Mediterranean marked the transition from Hellenistic to Roman influence. This marked the beginning of the Roman period spanning from 146 BCE to 330 CE. Greece came under Roman influence following the Roman victory over the Achaean League in 146 BCE. The Roman Republic, and later the Roman Empire. Greece became a Roman province. The city of Corinth, which had been destroyed, was rebuilt as a Roman colony. The Romans took various building projects in Greece. The construction of infrastructure, such as roads and aqueducts, contributed to the Romanization of the region. The Arch of Hadrian in Athens and the Temple of Olympian Zeus are examples of Roman-era architectural projects. In the later Roman period, the region witnessed invasions by various Germanic and Slavic tribes. The transition from the Roman to the Byzantine period occurred as the Western Roman Empire fell in 476 BCE. Greece became part of the Byzantine Empire, continuing its historical and cultural legacy. The Byzantine period endured from the 4th century until 1453 CE. Roman Emperor Constantine the Great founded the city of Constantinople as the new capital of the Eastern Roman Empire. This marked the beginning of the Byzantine Empire. Immediately they saw the spread and establishment of Christianity. The Byzantine Empire engaged in a series of conflicts with the Sassanid Empire. These wars, marked by territorial shifts, took a toll on both empires. During the Fourth Crusade in 1204, Constantinople was captured and sacked by Western forces, leading to the establishment of the Latin Empire. The Paleologan dynasty ruled from the late 13th century until the fall of Constantinople. It faced external threats, including the Ottoman Turks. The Byzantine Empire met its end with the fall of Constantinople to the Ottoman Turks in 1453. The conquest marked the end of the medieval Eastern Roman Empire and the beginning of the Ottoman era in the region. The Ottoman period in Greece, spanning from 1453 to 1821, started after the fall of Constantinople. After that, Ottomans gradually expanded their control over Greek territories. The 19th century saw the emergence of national sentiments of the Greeks. The Greek War of Independence, beginning in 1821, aimed to liberate Greece from Ottoman rule. The conflict gained support from European powers. The Greek War of Independence ultimately led to the establishment of an independent Greek state and the end of Ottoman rule in much of the region. This marked the beginning of modern Greece. The London Protocol of 1830 recognized the independent Kingdom of Greece. Otto of Bavaria was installed as the first king of Greece, leading to the establishment of the monarchy. Through diplomatic and military efforts, Greece expanded its territory in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. The Balkan Wars and the Treaty of Sèvres led to significant territorial gains. The Greco-Turkish War and the subsequent Asia Minor catastrophe resulted in the mass expulsion of Greeks from Asia Minor and the population exchange between Greece and Turkey. The interwar period witnessed political instability. The Metaxas dictatorship sought to maintain order, but succumbed to Axis occupation during World War II. Greece endured brutal Axis occupation during World War II. The Greek resistance played a crucial role, and the country faced significant hardships, including massacres. The aftermath of World War II saw a civil conflict between communist and non-communist forces. The Greek Civil War ended with the defeat of the communist forces, solidifying Greece's anti-communist stance during the Cold War. The fall of the military junta in 1974 marked the restoration of democracy in Greece. A referendum abolished the monarchy, and Greece became a parliamentary republic. Greece joined the European Economic Community in 1981, signaling a commitment to European integration. Modern Greece has evolved as a democratic and sovereign nation, facing both historical legacies and contemporary challenges. Its rich cultural heritage contributes to philosophy and arts, and its geopolitical position in the Eastern Mediterranean continues to shape its role in the modern world.